But then I also think the question is, are you worth it? He might not be doing. Are you worth it? Are you worth? Are you even worth him doing these things?
Ask yourself that, ladies. Are you worth it?
Are you worth it?
Are you worth it? Are you worth it? Are you worth it?
Are you worth it?
You should name that the episode.
Yeah, that's about to be the name of the podcast.
Are you worth it?
Are you worth it? People ain't gonna understand that.
They're not gonna.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. The whole podcast is gonna have nothing to do with that, but it's fine. It's cool. It's cool. So Trey,
What's good, Tyler?
I have a question for you, man.
Yeah, what's good?
So let's say you're dating a girl, right?
Mm.
And she's like, "Hey, we need to talk." So you guys sit down.
I never like the we need to talk. That never makes me feel comfortable. I always think there's something wrong. No.
I mean, that typically does mean like something's wrong.
Cause like you ain't never like had situations in I guess your past with like your parents or something. Was like, yeah, we need to talk. And like,
yeah, I've had it with my parents. I've had it with my girl.
Yeah.
Crazy enough, they've all been pretty much
bad.
Yeah, they've all been pretty negative every time I've heard that. I'm not gonna lie.
Doesn't put a good taste in my mouth.
Nah, I really don't.
All right, so she says we need to talk.
Yeah. So she sits down and she's like, "Listen, I think it'll be good for us if we just like take a break right now."
A break.
What is your response to that?
A break. She wants to take a break.
Yeah.
From what we're currently doing?
What do you mean from what we're currently doing?
So are we like hanging out together and she just wants like a break?
Nah, like a break from like the relationship. So she doesn't want to break up with you, but she just wants a break.
You know what this sounds like to me?
Huh.
It sounds like I think I've seen this before. Funny enough, it was on a TV show. I'm not sure if you watch. You ever watch Friends?
Yeah, of course.
You watch Friends?
Of course.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I watched the whole thing.
Okay. There's like an episode I believe with like Ross and Rachel, and it was like, yeah, we were on a break or something like that.
Yeah.
And essentially, they cut the relationship, slept with some other person, and then they still call that cheating. Is that what it kind of?
Yeah, in a way. Well, they were saying, I don't fully remember it completely, but I feel like one party was like, that's cheating.
Yeah.
And another party was
So like, we were on a break.
Yeah.
I think that was Ross. It was like, yeah, we were on a break. We not. I prefer just to break up.
So if your girl come and says that to you, what? You just be like, we should just break up.
Actually, I might be petty with it. Depending on how I feel.
Petty?
Yeah, depending on how I feel.
So what do you mean petty?
I might be like, yeah, sure, let's go on a break, and then just never get back with her again.
But like never get back with her in terms of like she hit. How petty? So is it like
I end the relationship without her knowledge, essentially.
So like when she's gonna call you, you just don't answer?
Yeah.
So you're just gonna go?
So like we go on a break, we go our separate ways, and I know it's a breakup. I'm breaking up with you in that moment.
Oh, so you don't let her. So when she's like, yo, we'll go on a break.
So
you'll
she
be
thinks,
like,
yeah, we're
cool.
gonna get back together. I was like, yeah, nah. I know it's not gonna happen. So like, yeah, go on your break, but just don't come back to me.
But you wouldn't say that.
Nah. So I just go ghost.
You would just, when she's in front of you, you just play the game like, yeah, I think it's smart.
Yeah, of course.
And then when she leaves, you just delete her number and everything?
Yeah.
Just
Change the locks, whatever I gotta do. Whatever I gotta do. If I have to move, like whatever I gotta do.
And just not even. Mm-hmm. So you would legitimately just go.
But let me explain. That's just how I'm feeling in that moment. So if that's how I'm feeling, then
so if you're feeling petty, that's the move.
that's just what I'm gonna do.
All right. So let's say if you're not feeling petty, what are you gonna do?
I actually want to know why. Like, why you want to break? So I'd question her. Like, why you want to break? What's the break for? What do you need a break from? Like, what's wrong with the relationship? Why you need a break? Why can't we just break up? Why can't it just be that? Why not
Why we take it like a pause?
Yeah. Why not just end the relationship? Is there something so good about it that you need to pause, but you also want to end it? That don't make no sense to me. So I want some. I want some clarification.
She just wants a pause, and then eventually, when I guess she's feeling better, she'll come back. You guys come back.
Then I tell her we just take a break.
Yeah, exactly.
No, a permanent break. Like we just break up.
Yeah, but in that case, she can't come back. That defeats the point of her coming back.
No, she can come back if she.
No, but you guys come back together and start dating again.
There's a possibility that can happen if two people break up. Not with us though, but like there's still a possibility.
Yeah, I'm talking about you, not other people.
It's still a possibility. You sell her a dream, man. It's a possibility. You tell her it's a possibility.
But
we can break up, but there's a possibility we'll get back together.
Yeah, but you don't mean that.
Of course I don't mean that.
But that's the whole point.
You tell them you mean that. That's what you say.
I know, but I'm saying for you. You don't mean that though. You just going.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. No.
Why not just be honest, just so she can get out your face? Why you just don't want to hear the crying and all that other stuff?
Because I believe that question in the first place It's just ridiculous to ask me. I don't believe that question deserves a correct answer. That's just my personal opinion. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve a correct answer because you know at least whatever woman I'm with would know that I'm a one party type of person.
Okay.
And if you're gonna ask me something like that, just break up. Why? I see it the same as cheating. Just break up. Why go out and just end the relationship?
Because 9 out of 10, if you take a break, you're probably gonna go talk to somebody else during that break.
That's what I'm exactly. What else would you need a break for? So let's not fool ourselves here. We know what a break is. We're adults. I'm not gonna go through this with you. You want a break? Break up with me. You don't want to break up with me? Fine, you take a break, but I'm not gonna get back with you. It's simple.
Nah.
At least that's how I think of it.
Okay.
Do you see it differently?
Nah, I agree with you.
I ain't gonna break. It kind of seemed as though you were disapproving. All right, fair enough.
Nah, I agree with you. I don't think I'd be petty though.
No?
Nah.
You just be like, we should break up?
Yeah.
Question. All right. So say she brings up the idea of, I want to break. She brings up the idea. You say, you want to, I'm assuming break up. You wouldn't want to be with her anymore. What if she says, all right, drop the idea. Let's just stay together. Like, we don't got to go on a break. Like, we don't got to break up. We just stay together.
I don't know. That's hard. At that point, I would seriously still consider leaving.
Yeah.
Because like you're already thinking like that. Mm-hmm. That's already in your mind. You're already thinking like that. You're probably already moving like that, even possibly behind the scenes. I don't know what you're doing. So because of that, now I'm like, it's either that or like if I was to stay with you, I wouldn't trust you. Because I know that's just your mindset. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't bring up a break. There has to be like a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you wouldn't just bring it up, and then when I'm like, we should break up, and now all of a sudden you start bringing it back.
Now you're backtracking. Now you're backtracking.
Exactly.
Like,
because
we shouldn't do this.
Because if I agree with you, you'd be like, cool. If I was like, you know what, I think you're right. I think a break would be good.
Yeah.
Then she'd be like, okay, cool.
Doing backtracking.
Yeah, there's no need to backtrack. Why? Because I agree with you. Mm-hmm. But now when I'm like, nah, we should just end it. Then it's different.
Too much.
Now you start running. Now you start backtracking.
So you'd still, or at least consider calling it quits there.
Yeah, definitely.
Does the time period change? Like the longer you're with her for?
I think the longer you're with somebody, I think the harder it is to leave. Because over time, you kind of start.
Yeah, I think so.
You kind of start building. Like, think about it like this. You just meet a girl. You're not in love with her. Oh. Like, let's say if tomorrow you meet a girl, you start talking to her, you think she's cute, you exchange numbers. You're not in love with her. No, you just met her.
Yeah.
Compared to a girl that you've been with for 2 years. Now, you might be in love with her. Why? Because you done shared memories together. You all done spend time together. Also, if you stay with her that long, you probably done seen her flaws. You could probably accept her flaws if that's the case. If you're with her for that long, she obviously does something to you. Yeah. And who's to say if you've been with her that long, you might already start talking about the possibility of a family together.
True. Yeah.
You also invested a lot more time.
Yeah.
It's easier to say no to a girl that I've been talking to for 3 days than a girl I've been talking to for 3 years.
That's true.
Because you done invested. You're invested in it. So I do think the longer it is, the harder it would be.
Would you stick it out the longer it is then? So the longer it is, you're just not gonna make that decision?
No, I think I would still. I mean, what you mean by make that decision?
Make the decision to end the relationship. Like the longer the relationship has gone on, if she pulls that stunt. You said it's going to be hard to do that. So does the essentially mean the longer the relationship goes on, the less likely are you to do or to make that decision?
I think the more likely I am to sit and think about it.
Is there any scenario where you choose not to? Where like you choose to stay, even though there's a possibility of the broken trust because she asked that question and.
Maybe if there was like a kid involved or something, but I think even regardless, I might.
So that means she's your wife at that point, probably. So your wife asked that question.
Think about it. Yeah, either she's my wife or we're probably getting there. Yeah. But I think regardless, it's hard. It's very hard to stay after that. 'Cause I think at that point, any man is gonna start thinking like.
Yeah, any person.
Yeah,
I think it's like, even if a man were to come to his woman and ask for a break, she'd be like, "Yo, what are What do you mean? Break.
To be honest, it's probably the smartest just to leave.
Yeah, you'll save yourself a lot of heartbreak.
Yeah, because at that point, I'd be like, yo, let's just rip this bandage off now. I'd rather rip this bandage off now than wait a couple months and then find some information out that I didn't want to.
Yeah, I have a feeling having your girl cheat on you is just not fun.
Nah.
It's not something you want to have happen to you.
So, like, I feel like that's a huge... that's rough, man. That's rough. So I think regardless, you kind of gotta get up out of there. I don't know. I would say this. I don't think I'd be petty.
No.
Nah, I don't think I would do what you do. Like, I don't think I would play the game. The worst I would do is, I wouldn't be petty like you and just ghost. Like, I wouldn't do that. But I guess the most petty I would do is, like, just agree with her. And then when she does try to come back, I'd be like, nah, I'm good.
So
like, I would still.
I had a break and I realized I don't want to be with you anymore.
Like that. I would. Yeah. So if anything,
that actually might hurt more. Yeah. Damn.
I would do that.
Like, you know what? This month away from you, it made me realize. I really don't like you.
Yeah.
I really don't. You know.
Yeah. So I'm more likely to do that than just ghost. I think ghosting, that's kind of like that's. I mean, I guess regardless, it's foul. No matter what you do.
Regardless, it's foul.
But I wouldn't just ghost. But I would probably do what. I'd be like, yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then like when she did try to come back, be like, yeah, like I'm.
You'd still selling the dream.
Yeah, like I'm straight. I appreciate you though.
Take care.
Yeah,
take care, Playboy.
Yeah, take care, Playboy. Like, yo, I'm good off of you. I'm good off of you, baby. Appreciate you though. You know, appreciate the look. You know what I'm saying?
Have fun in the streets.
Yeah, you try to hit me with the assist, but nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
My ankle hurts. I'll go back to the locker room. Ice up.
I don't think there's any situation where I would be okay with that. I guess not unless like we started off that way. I don't think there's a situation where I'd be okay with that.
I don't think you would ever start off that way. There's no way of starting with a break. Maybe like an open relationship.
Yeah, like that. Kind of like we're on and off.
All right, that's fair, but that's not a break, though.
I mean, I think on and off relationships are kind of breaks. What's a break? Just taking a break from the relationship. If I'm with a girl for 2 months, we take a break, I guess, for a month or stop seeing each other for a month, and then we see each other again for the next 2 months. That's a break.
What would make you stop seeing her?
I don't know. Wanting to go see other girls, I guess. That's just like the
so if anything, that point, you're just in an open relationship. You're not really taking breaks. You guys would just have agreed that, yeah, you guys, you know what I mean? You guys meet up and do what y'all got to do. But then you guys are also open to where y'all both able to.
I mean, I guess you could say in that situation, yeah. But I think you can also set up to where in like, all right.
Because I think
this is gonna sound stupid, but like I'm just trying to make a point. I don't think anyone should do this in a relationship. This is not something you should do, and I don't think I would do this either. But for the sake of the argument, you essentially you got your girl. We're in a monogamous relationship, but every now and then we go on a break to just go meet with other people. But it's not an open relationship, so we're just going out and doing it all the time. We just have set either months or weeks or however throughout the year we're in. All right, we're on a break for these set 2 weeks. You can go out and do your thing with someone else. And then when the 2 weeks is over, it's closed again, and you're back to your regular scheduled programming.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't think you should still do this, though.
Yeah, you're right. That's pretty stupid.
But yeah, I don't think you should do this. But like, you should. That's the only argument I guess I could think of.
That's still not a monogamous relationship.
No, but you're asking for a break in monogamous in the first place. What kind of breaks are in a monogamous relationship? What break?
Yeah, but typically, like, the way you're making it set up is like you have multiple breaks.
Well, yeah. That's what a break is. You can take a break anytime, according to...
Nah, but like the situation I was saying is typically like, yo, just one break, and then eventually y'all get back together.
So she just wants that one break, and then...
Yeah.
For the next 50 years, she's perfectly fine?
Yeah.
What's with that one? I would want to know what's that one break for. What do you need that one break for? Why do you need any breaks at all?
Maybe she just needs space.
Space from what?
From you.
So for the other 50 years, you wouldn't need space from me?
Nah, well, maybe she really, to be honest, typically how I view breaks is you want a break because you found somebody. You want a break because you found somebody else that you're interested in, but you're not fully sure if they're better than you.
Is that really what that is?
That's what I believe. Because think about it, there's no real need to take a break. It's either you like me or you don't like me.
See, I think when I think of a break, I thought it was more like you just wanted to break from that person. Like we're around each other so much, I just don't want to be around you right now for these next 2 weeks. So we're just gonna take a break. Like our friendship's gonna take a break. I don't want to talk to you for like the next couple of days, bro.
Yeah, but friendship is different than a relationship with your girl. Also,
Yes.
a relationship with your girl that you're gonna marry, y'all can't take a break. Most of y'all break is gonna be you going to work. That's it. But like if y'all together, living together, there's no such thing as
Taking a break.
yeah, like I can't see you. You know what I'm saying? We have a friendship, so it's different. So I can leave and be gone. Like literally, I left and I was gone for a month. Like that's cool. But like, what would you do if your girl did that? You probably would feel some type of way, and vice versa. Unless it's like a business trip, like you're going away for business. But like, imagine if your
I guess
girl
I would have a problem with my girl.
you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if your girl was like, "Hey, yo, by the way,
I'm gonna go.
I'm going to
on
Italy.
vacation without you. By the way,
Like
by
I already
myself.
planned it. It's already booked. I already got the whole Airbnb. Everything's already paid for. I just want time to myself." You're gonna be like, "What?" Cause you'll be like, "Yo, if you want time to yourself, go for a drive or like, you know what I'm saying? Go in the living room and I'll stay over here." Like, what you mean?
You don't gotta go an ocean away to
You know
be.
what I'm saying? That's sus. That's sus. Like that's just suspect. So like the breaks that we could take in a friendship, you can't take in a relationship because that's your other half, or supposed to be your other half. Imagine you have a family together. What? So y'all have kids and then one of y'all leave?
See, that's why I'm thinking you can't. It's not really.
But that's why I think a break.
Monogamous in the first.
That's why I think typically a break is. You and your girl are talking. Let's say she brings up, "Hey, I want a break." I feel like more girls say that than dudes, but hey, I could be 100% wrong.
I don't think you're wrong. I actually agree with you there. I don't know many men who want break.
Typically,
We just cheat, and I don't think that's good. But I think we don't ask for. We just do the action and ask for forgiveness after the fact.
but I think typically she has another guy that probably likes her and she likes him, but she's not fully sure about him. So during this break, she gonna go and she gonna mess with him, see what it is, see if the grass is really green on the other side. If it is, the break is permanent. She gonna be like, you know what, I don't think it's. But if it isn't, she gonna come back to you. But this way she says it in a way to where, oh, we're gonna come back. So it's like she's leaving the door cracked. She's still leaving that door cracked so she could come back in with you if this other dude isn't who he says.
You know, interestingly enough, what you're talking about, I haven't heard with the whole break situation, like girls asking for that. But what I have heard, and this is something I actually have experienced, but it's women asking for open relationships. So they do that. I haven't heard the break, but I have heard the open relationships wherein you'll be in a relationship with a guy, a couple years, however long, ask for that because they've even found someone. And this is a good indication that your girl's cheating on you. Like, if a girl asks you for an open relationship,
It's cooked.
it's cooked. Yeah. You're not.
I saw a video about this. It was kind of funny. So this dude was telling a story. He was like, his girl asked for an open relationship. Yeah. So he was like, all right, cool. He was like, all right, that's what you want, say less. And then I think they were talking. He was like, all right, like I gotta go. She's like, yo, why you gotta go? He's like, yo, I got someone.
Yeah, someone to be.
I got someone who coming over. And she was like, what? Yeah. What do you mean someone's coming over?
Yeah.
And he was like, well, you wanted an open relationship. He was like,
Yep.
you didn't think I had, you know what I'm saying? She was like, I got someone coming over.
Same night.
So yeah, like he was like, yo, like in like a couple hours, like she'll be here.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, she was so upset. I guess she was like 2 or 3 hours away. She drove from like where she was in college all the way to his crib. She was like, I don't want an open relationship anymore.
Yeah. I've heard a similar story, and this is I guess where a little bit of the payiness comes from, because when you ask that question, that's kind of like what I think of when I hear that. But similar situation, wife asked her husband for an open relationship. Husband was like, okay, is that what you, are you sure you want this? And she was all excited, this, that, the other. While they're sitting in the living room together, dials the phone, calls one of his coworkers who I guess has been trying to
Get well?
Yeah. puts her on speaker, says, "Hey, so and so, my wife just opened up my relationship. Do you want to meet tonight?" Shawty was excited. "Oh, let's go here to here. We'll meet at 8 p.m. This, that, the other." Wife breaks down crying in front of him. So, "No, honey, let's close the relationship. It was a joke. I don't mean it." He's like, "Sorry, hon, I got a date." Gets ready, leaves. Doesn't actually go to the date. Just goes to like his parents' house and like chills. But wife blows up his phone the entire night, man. Blows up his phone the entire night. He ends up leaving her. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not doing this."
See, it's always cool until they find out you got other.
Because they think you can't do it, Tyler. They think, and there's the truth. Because most men, you can't really just go out and easily get a girl like that.
But like, here's the thing: if you are a certain type of, and I'm not even saying you gotta be Don Suave, top 1%, but like if you carry yourself a certain way, you're able to speak relatively good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, literally.
Bro, women still like you.
They'll give you a chance.
They'll give you a chance.
Give you a chance. They're not like us guys. They're not superficial in the looks sense.
Yeah.
They'll give you a chance.
So like, I'm noticing it's like they think it's like, all right, homie has no other options. He can't get none. But typically it's like, well, shoot, I bagged you. 1, 2. Especially if you're certain, well, I could talk well. Mm-hmm. I'm dressed well. Mm-hmm. I look good. Like, you think I can't go out and... It's unfortunate that it has to be this way, but it's like you don't think there are other girls out there that like me. Like, for instance, that dude called his at work.
Coworker who was trying to get at him from before, and the reason he ain't do it because he was married.
Because he had a wife, so he was loyal. But he was like, "Nah, you want to play this game? Say less."
But you got to understand though, Tyler, because the way how things are, the way how women and men relationships are, at least in my eyes, from what I see, it's just easier for them to get it, so they take it more for granted. The fact that we can just go out and still do the same thing, you know. They think, oh, because it's an open relationship, us guys are just going to have a little bit more of a tougher time. And for the average man out there, I do believe that is the case.
I do think.
But if you put yourself together, I think you could still...
That's the thing.
It's just, I don't think most guys want that, though.
And I'm noticing now, too, it's like, yes, having money helps. Yes, there are certain things that definitely helps you get women. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not gonna discount that.
You can't be a bum.
Yeah, you can't be a bum. But like, I'm also noticing, especially like nowadays, with like a lot of guys like either like having low self-esteem, no confidence, wants to just play video games, don't work out. Majority of the time, I'm noticing now it's like if you just work out in relatively good shape, can like hold a conversation.
Yes.
Relatively intelligent. Yes. Not gotta be the smartest dude, but just relatively like there.
Yes.
And then like you just have pretty good hygiene. Like you don't smell. You know, either clean shaven or you just look clean. Bro, you can get a girl, man.
Listen, I'm not saying you're gonna get a supermodel, but you can definitely get an average girl.
You get a girl, 100%.
Like I've gotten an average girl, and it's not gotten, but knew she liked me just by her interactions with me because, and this is just my thought, I believe it was just because of the conversations.
Yeah, 100%.
Just kept coming back because of the conversation. So if you can actually hold a conversation like Tyler said, you can get a girl, man.
Yeah, that's easy.
Without a doubt. Because that shows confidence.
Yeah, it does show confidence. Also, if you dress well or dress a certain type of way, carry yourself a certain way, man, it's like...
Mm-hmm. You know, but it does come to show crazy. You.
What are you gonna say?
No, make your point.
And this goes back to like, you know, me and Trey always saying what? Suit up.
Yeah.
Bro, I went to work recently. So typically I like to dress a certain way. I like to be presentable. But recently, because it's getting a little cold out, I'm like, all right, you know, I put up the button-up shirt, put on the lab coat. Mm-hmm. Went to work, what? Got a compliment. As soon as I started dressing up, got a compliment. And it's the same thing. Like we recorded a little vlog. During the vlog, we had multiple people give a compliment. Yep. And the thing is, it's men and women.
Yeah, both genders.
I got women saying, "Oh, you look nice," and then also there are men who saying, "Oh, you look nice."
Yep.
As soon as I dress up, I went to work. Oh wow, Tyler, you look nice today. Oh, you decided to dress up. Oh,
presentation is key. That's one of the things that I remember being told as a young child.
Presentation is key, bro.
And it always stuck with me.
They look at you differently. They treat you differently.
People are always watching.
People are always watching. They watch how you carry yourself. They watch how you dress.
Yep.
So all that plays a role. So it's like, bro, even if you went outside dressed nicely, someone gonna say something to you.
Mm-hmm. And even if they don't say something, they gonna think it.
Or something.
They gonna think it.
Even if they don't say nothing, you could catch shorty looking at you, catch her staring at you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
now she might just stare at you in passing, but like if you look back and she's still staring,
Yeah.
then it's like, you know what I'm saying. I remember when we
Those
went
are like
to,
little compliments, you know.
that's what it
Just
is.
the little things. Because I've had that happen to me a couple times, and of course, yeah, not every girl's going to check you out, but the one or two, especially as a guy, you just like, damn, I still got it.
Yeah,
Because like
you
that
appreciate-
don't
you
happen
appreciate-
for us all the time.
yeah.
So when it does happen, it's like, damn, all right, cool.
You appreciate it.
I can still get looks.
Yeah.
But that's if you actually present yourself as such.
Yeah, you gotta carry yourself in that way. But I do agree with the whole like open relationship thing.
The minute your girl brings that up, bro, unless you are for that lifestyle and it is brought up when y'all meet off rip.
I think it's different. I think it's different if y'all start your relationship off
Exactly,
like that.
exactly.
Than if it was monogamous and then
You trying to jump
because in the beginning you both already know. Oh, okay,
It's just us.
Yeah,
It's just us.
And this is Like if she said, "Hey, I want to have an open relationship," in the beginning, you kind of already know how to conduct yourself. You already know how the relationship is.
Both parties are prepared.
Both parties are already prepared, and on top of that, you have an out. If that's not how you get down, you can be like, "Hey, listen, I don't want to do it." Compared to in the situation you brought up, homie's married.
Yeah.
You already got a ring. Like y'all already went through the ceremony. Like
finances are joined.
Yeah,
we have
like-
a house together. Like the
we have
whole
a
thing.
future together. Like this is under law, we are together.
Yeah, we are one.
And then she brings it up. Now it's like,
You trying to bring in other people now?
yeah. It's like, yo, what happened to just us?
That's not how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you hear that, man? You run for the hills. That's at least what I've come to learn.
Yeah, you're
just
cooked.
don't.
You're
I
cooked.
just don't. Frankly, the one time I tried to do something along those lines, I couldn't even handle it. And I was like, yeah, I can't do this.
Yeah, that's fair, man. That's fair for me. I can understand. I don't think it's the easiest thing to go through. I also think it's like you said earlier. It's the lifestyle you want to live.
Yeah, if that's your choice, fine.
Then it's different.
That's fine.
Because there are some men out there who can handle it because that's the type of lifestyle they want to live. Then there are men out there who might not be able to handle it because that's not really how they're trying to orchestrate their life.
I heard only 1% of those relationships work, or marriages specifically.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, not monogamous. Excuse me. Polyamorous.
Polyamorous?
Is that when you have multiple?
Or polygamous or something like that?
Yeah, polygamous or polyamorous. One of those. I don't really know.
You have
I'm not a part of that lifestyle, Tyler, so I have no idea.
You have multiple partners.
Yeah. So like, you either have like 2 wives or like 2 husbands or something like that. Regardless, apparently like only 1% of those relationships actually work.
Man, I'm not surprised.
They're just not. They're just not.
Listen, man, us humans, everyone got feelings. Everyone's sensitive. Everyone has some type of. So eventually, in the beginning, it's always cool in the beginning. Always cool in the beginning. But eventually,
Is it ever cool if it's not one guy with multiple women though? Is it cool? Is it really cool if it's one woman with multiple men?
Yeah.
I don't know if any of that's cool. No, that's cool, Tyler. I'm not sure.
I mean, listen, bro. If they cucks, then I guess it's cool, bro.
I'm not sure how many men out there would agree. I don't think there's a very high male population out there.
Nah, I don't. I don't either.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, there are those people like you just said, but I just don't think. I think that's like 2% of the population, maybe even like less than that.
And that's fair. That's fair.
Many. I don't know many men who want to share their wives. It's just not on our bucket list.
Nah.
Women don't mind sharing guys though, so that's why I'm just like, all right, well, it's cool for us. It's not cool for them.
But I also think even for us, it might not be cool because sometimes females will feel some type of way.
I also don't think we want to do it regardless. I think most of us just want one. We don't want multiple. We wouldn't mind the multiple, but like, we're perfectly fine with just one.
That's true.
I think that's the average.
I do think that's the average man because I feel like I do a lot of times, especially like seeing on social media. I feel like a lot of times men are just like, I just want to find a wife.
Yeah.
They're not saying I'm trying to find
multiple
wives.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, I want a wife.
I think the average American male is logical in the sense that he knows he can't get a whole bunch of women, but he just wants one. Yeah. He knows he's not going to be able to be like those like NBA players or like guys out there who has just like a whole bunch of super. We get that. Not everybody's meant for that life. I understand. And I believe there's a lot of young men in America that understand that too. We just want one. And for some of them, the problem is they can't even get one. So that's their beef. They just can't get one. Or at least the one they get is just not good. It's not quality one. So it's just kind of like, what am I doing here? Let me go abroad because it's better.
Let you go abroad because it's better.
Yeah. Because if all I'm gonna get was one, at least let me get a good one.
I mean, listen,
I can't have multiple. Fine. If I can't get multiple, that's okay. Can I get a good one at least? Can you give me a good one from the back?
From the back
You know,
is crazy.
Check the back of the shelf. See if you got one in stock. Can I get a good one? I can't do that. All right, I'm gonna go to the next store. If America don't got it, I'm gonna go to the Philippines. The Philippines don't got it. I'm gonna go to Japan. Japan don't got it. I'm gonna go to Germany. I'm gonna figure it out. But I gotta give me a good one.
Yeah, that's fair. It's hard to argue. I'm on the same page as you, man. They either destroy your life or bring you peace. It's one of the two.
Yeah, one of the two.
One of the two.
You want to go to the next topic, or you think this is?
Yeah, we go to the next topic.
All right. Well, I guess the next topic would be: do you believe? We can do both. Do you believe men in this generation are raised to be husbands, and vice versa for women? Do you think they're raised to be wives? And then we can do like a caveat question just to yourself. Do you think? And like, do you think you're ready for that mentally?
I think I'm ready for it mentally.
Frankly, if you want to think about it, I can go.
No, I'll let you go.
Okay. But frankly, kind of did that back where you said nah, then like agree with me. So.
Yeah, fair enough. I do that often though. That's the lingo. That's the slang.
I believe at one point we were. I believe both genders, male and female, would raise their young to accommodate the other gender at the same time. I think we've lost those techniques throughout the years, and because of that, I don't believe majority of our young men. I don't believe majority of young men are even raised to be men anymore. We're kind of raised to be, I don't want to say women, but just more feminine. And I think that doesn't make us good husbands. You know, we're not as masculine and as dominant as we once were. We're very much soft as men. And I don't think it's a bad thing to be soft, because you should have empathy and all that stuff. But what really makes a nation great in my eyes is having male leaders that are actually competent. And if you are raising a generation of young men who are growing up to be soft and kind of stay in the background and like, I don't want to take like responsibility or control or like lead, then when they grow up, you get a generation of leaders that don't know how to lead, don't want to lead, and want nothing to do with it. In turn, because of that, those men are unattractive to the women of that generation, because you're just like, well, none of you are leaders. We won't want to follow any of you. And we're going to go do our own thing, and now everyone's lost. That's at least my perspective.
You think you're ready to be a husband?
No.
Cool.
I can admit it. No, I'm not. I would like to be one, though. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not ready to be a husband. I'm not ready to be a father either. And I'd say the reason I'd say no, though I can do those things, and I'm at the prime age to do those things physically. It's going to sound real selfish, but I just don't want to give my time to it right now. From what I've heard from older men, it's important for us as young men to kind of like figure our stuff out at this age. And I've just heard too many stories about guys who, I don't want to make it sound like gambling, but like cashed in their chips too early, per se. Kind of either got hitched with a woman, got married to a woman. Yes, those things can work out where, and it's a good lady and she does benefit your life and she actually helps you grow. I remember me and you were talking about it the other day. And you were like, you've heard stories of guys saying they didn't start coming up until they met their wives.
Yeah.
You know, so it can happen. But I don't believe you need a person to have personal growth. You know, you shouldn't. It's good that it can happen, but you shouldn't need to find your partner for you to start trying at least to make your way in either your career, in school, in a business that you want to do. You know, you shouldn't have to. Oh, my wife came and now I'm making it in life. That's.
I don't necessarily think it's always because of that.
I wouldn't say it's always.
I just think sometimes. I think it could be two things. One, it could be motivation. I mean, let's be honest. At least straight men. A lot of things we do are for women.
Yeah, true.
Like, us being able to make a lot of money typically is to impress women or to take care of a woman. And sometimes men need a woman to kind of give them that motivation, give them that drive.
Yeah.
And they feel like maybe if they don't have that, then it's kind of like.
But that should be, but that should be. See, that comes to mind if you already have the woman. That's why you keep working. You know, at least for me personally, the reason I keep working now is because eventually I want to get there. Okay, yeah, I don't have the woman, so what? Because I don't have her, I'm not gonna work now.
I mean, that's the thing. I understand exactly where you're coming from, and I agree. But that's your ideology. That's not everyone's ideology.
Fair. Yeah, I can't.
So some people just don't. You know, they don't have the. You also got to think about like this. Some people are like, yo, I'm 24 years old. I got no dependents. Like, why do I need to really be worried? Like, I'm 24. Let me just have fun. I'm really just trying to live my life.
Because frankly, at least not.
Look at our culture now. I mean, there are people who literally don't go outside, who just play video games all day. You know, we live in a culture where people like to have fun and party and do all that stuff. Why? What's the excuse? It's because we are young. That's the excuse. They're like, yo, I'll grow up later. You know, it reminds me of a Machine Gun Kelly song when he's like,
I'll grow up next summer.
I'll grow up next summer.
Yeah, but next summer is gonna be next summer.
Yeah, of course.
Next summer is gonna be next summer. It's just kind of like when you're a kid. It's like, yeah, I'll clean my room later.
Yeah, of course.
Later's gonna come. Next summer's gonna come. You're gonna have to grow up eventually.
Eventually, yes.
That's why I'm just saying you gotta, I guess, look at reality.
But not everyone's thinking like that. You also gotta think you're thinking for the future. You're not thinking about 24-year-old Trey. You're thinking about 30-year-old Trey. So in order for 30-year-old Trey to be successful, 24-year-old Trey need to get his stuff together and do what he got to do. In order for you to be successful at 30, you can't wait until 30.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
But the thing is, you're thinking about the future. I'm thinking about the future. Look at the rest of our generation. Not everyone's thinking about the future. Not everyone's thinking about how is this going.
Let me ask you this, right? Let me ask you this. Why do you believe we have that mindset compared to those in our generation? Do you think it's because we were raised to be husbands?
I don't think it's necessary. I don't think this actually has to do with anything being husbands. I don't necessarily think it's raised to be husbands. I also just think it's what do you want?
Maybe that's just what they don't want them.
But yeah,
there's a possibility.
You have a certain vision for yourself at 35. I got a certain vision for myself at 35. I want some things that I know other people don't want, you know? Also, some of it, too, is just like, who are you as a person? Maybe I don't know myself completely, and obviously I'm still learning and I'm growing, but I definitely know there are certain things that I know is not me. I don't like partying and stuff like that, drinking, that's not me. Have I gone to clubs before? Yes. Have I gone to bars before? Yes. And that's how I found out that this is not.
Yeah, by trying those things.
This is not my thing.
I'm not rocking with it.
I pull up in there, I feel weird. Like, yeah, I still dance and have my fun a little bit. But like, come the following weekend, I'm not gun ho to go. Bro, I went to the Philippines to even go to a real club or bar.
No.
I mean, I went to like a bar-ish, but it was like half bar, half restaurant. But I digress. So I went to a whole different country, didn't even party. You know what I'm saying? Because why? Because that's just not. That's not.
We went to church.
I went to church my first day there. Like, it's just, I know what I like and I know what I don't like. So some of it is also like, who are you as a person? Trey, you don't party. That's not who you are. So you're going to do something else with your time. You're also not a big gamer, so you're going to do something else with your time. Same with me. There's only so much you can do with your time. Eventually, one of those things just work. Well, shoot, what else is there to do? All right, cool, I'll edit a podcast. All right, cool, I'll do, you're in school now. All right, I'll do some homework. Maybe I'll read. I'll go to the gym. But that's just because we see ourselves to be, we have certain goals that we want to meet. And we understand in order to meet those goals, we got to sacrifice and do different things. But not everybody has the goals that we have. Not everybody has those goals in life. So I think some of it, too, just comes down to what do you want?
So again, then one must think, I think you can come to the conclusion then. And if you think differently, please let me know. But with the actions of many of our peers, it doesn't seem as though anyone wants to be married. Because otherwise you wouldn't be doing half the things we're doing.
Yeah, I agree, because everyone's sleeping around.
Yeah.
How you want to be married, but you sleeping around?
You can't participate in hookup culture and
I want to be married. That's a little weird.
It's backwards.
Yeah.
You're supposed to wait, frankly.
Technically, yeah. So it's kind of just like, what do you want? At the end of the day, what do you want? And I actually agree with you. I don't think, not anymore at least, that we were raised to.
To be husbands or wives.
Nah, not really.
We're raised to be individuals, I think, now.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you want to do as a person?
Yeah. Exactly.
So it's no longer get married, have kids. It's
and start a family.
your life
and all
is
that
your
other
own,
stuff.
and you
know?
can be anything.
Yeah.
Which I guess there's nothing wrong with that, but
And I think
it does take away from the family.
Yeah, like I think it's what do you want? I think it's what you wanna build. And I can't understand I can't understand where you're coming from in terms of like you should be able to want to elevate yourself even without a woman. But I also think sometimes a woman, if you just get a genuinely quality woman, I think she might could just open certain opportunities for you.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is just give you ideas that you might not have thought of. And that way she kind of helps you.
Yeah,
Or
I
she
agree with that.
or she might or she might do things either around the house or do things for you that makes your life easier so you might could work a little more, that you might could focus on doing what you have to do.
My only argument is that should just be an addition. That shouldn't be the base. You
That's
shouldn't.
fair.
That my only argument with that is, and I've seen men do this.
You should already be on go and then she helps you.
Yes. So if she's helping you, that's just on top of the work you're already doing. It's not she's helping me, now the work's getting done.
Yeah.
And that's a cop out in my eyes, and that's just like, what do you? You're relying on a woman to get the work done at that point. You're not relying on yourself to get the work done.
100%.
And her being the helpmeet, where she's able to supplement some of the work that you're doing.
Yeah.
That's my only argument. I think what you're saying is good. It's just it shouldn't be the reason you're doing this is in order to
For that.
yeah.
But some people
But you are some people
need that push.
Yeah, some good.
You know what I'm saying? Not saying it's right, but I do think some people might need that push to kind of keep it going. Some people need the fire.
Do you think you are ready?
Maybe not fully. I do think I can do it. I think I could be a husband now, but I do understand that I'm still growing. So, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Probably, if I do it now, I mean, I guess no one's ever gonna be perfect. But honestly, though, I do think I could do it. I think it'd be a little rough, and I still think, I guess, and what I mean by not fully is just like there's still certain aspects to me because I'm so young that like I'm still developing and still trying to work on. But I do think that like I was throwing it. If I was right now going to get married, I do think I'd be good. Like I do think now with the qualities that I have so far built in my life, that I would be a good husband, 100%.
That's fair. That's fair. I guess that's where we differ there. I don't think I'd be a bad husband, but there's a particular kind of man that I want to be, and I'm not there yet, so I just can't.
Does a lot of it just have to do financially with you?
No, it's not even just financial, because, yeah, of course, financial does take a part into it, but financial takes a part into it. The fact that, like, I just don't have the time. Like, a lot comes with marriage that I don't fully understand, you know?
I also think...
And there's just certain things that I feel you have to give up when you are with, not even just with a girl, like your wife, that right now in my life, I'm just not willing to. Like, if I want to go somewhere and not hit nobody up, I can. I can't do that if I have a wife. Because, of course, she's going to be worried about me. And rightfully so, I'm her husband. So she should. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I just don't want to have those problems now. It's not a problem, but this
I understand. Yeah. You don't want to go through that.
Yeah, I just don't want to go through that because I got to explain myself, and there's just a whole nother human being I got to take accountability for. I ain't trying to do all that, you know? And with wife comes children. I can't handle kids right now, but I know that's a thing that's good.
You know what's crazy? I just talked to my dad about this because I asked him. I was like, "Yo, how old were you when Tasia was born?" So Tasia's my oldest sister.
Yeah.
He was like, I was 23.
Damn.
So he was younger than us.
He was younger than us.
So he was younger than us.
Yeah, literally.
But I did ask him. I was like, yo, did you wish that?
You waited?
Yeah.
Whoa, what did he say?
He was like, no.
Really?
He was like, no. He was like, nah. He was like, actually, he didn't wish he was waiting. Like if he was like to go back, I don't think he would change it. But he didn't wish he was waiting. He was like, yeah, I was fine. He was like, I was fine with it. He was like, don't get me wrong, we struggled. Like it was, don't get me wrong, it was hard, He was like, we made do.
Yeah.
And also like looking at my father and looking at my parents, like they had it much more rough than we have it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like when they were kids?
Yeah, like also like when they were 20, them at our age.
Oh yeah,
Compare if you like if you look at me and you
at 23
and then them
at 23, yeah,
night and day.
Yeah.
Night and day.
Both of them, yeah, we're in different situations.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true.
Like me and you have careers. I understand you're still in school, but like you have a career.
Yeah,
I have a career.
yeah.
They did not have.
Yeah, they didn't have a.
They didn't have careers.
Uh-huh.
So like he said, it was rough. Don't get me wrong. He was like, we had to stay together, but like, obviously, they still made it. They still made it work. I mean, look at us now. We all grown. We all
well-adjusted.
Like like everything worked out. But he was like, nah, he wouldn't. Frankly, he wouldn't change it.
I mean, I don't. Yeah. He did it successfully, so I wouldn't disagree with him. Yeah,
it's hard to say so because like we're all like good human beings.
Maybe if y'all were in jail or something, then it'd be like, all right, yeah. There's maybe a couple things I changed. I didn't do a great job parenting,
but like all of us,
all y'all went to
clean records, went to college, all have careers,
have your own places to live. A couple y'all have partners like.
Yeah, like everyone's doing well.
Yeah. Well-adjusted human beings.
Yeah.
A part of society.
So I ain't gonna lie. I mean, that did make me think. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say like, all right, I'm 100% ready for a kid right now. I ain't saying none of that because I know that's a big.
I mean, think about your life. Think about your life now. If you were to have one at this very moment, would your life not change?
Yeah, my life would change, of course.
Would you be able to handle it?
I'm gonna keep it a buck, Trey. I would have no choice. Whether I can handle it or not, I have to.
All right, that's true. Yeah, Grant. All right, let's take that out of the. Yeah, take that out. I get where you're coming from there, and I'm not taking it away from it. That's true. But like, could you though?
Could I? Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I also think earlier you mentioned me and you differ. I think a lot of the reason why me and you differ is just we're in different places. Like you're still in school. You're still going to school. Yes, you have a career. Yes, you have a diploma, but you're still in school trying to, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't got homework.
Yeah, no.
I'm currently working in my field, making, decent money, making pretty good money. I'm blessed, thank the Lord. So it's like.
But that's, I guess, not something you want to do forever though. So having a kid would force you to do that forever. It would essentially cut your dreams.
No.
You don't think so?
Not at all.
Do you remember the conversations we had with your father where he was...
Yeah, but I'm going to keep it a buck. Nah. I'm going to make it work.
Oh, yeah, I remember we were talking. Yeah, you were like...
That changes... It honestly changes nothing.
It doesn't matter.
No. Okay, but I would say what it changes is just my time management skills, sure. I would definitely procrastinate less than I do now, 100%. I can get away with procrastinating and stuff now, but listen, the reason why I say this is because I believe in this ideology. If you want something bad enough, you will make time and you will figure it out.
So that's true.
If it's truly something that you have a burning desire for.
To receive. And
whether it's a relationship with a certain person, whether it's a business that you're trying to build, whether it's a skill that you're trying to build within yourself. Yeah. If you want it, you will figure it out.
You'll figure it out.
And I don't have any names to quote, but I have a very, very strong feeling and a very strong suspicion that they are millionaires now, currently, who had kids when they were young and broke, and they still managed to make their dreams work. So it's like, why? If they can do it, why can't I? Will I have to make sacrifices? Yes. I'm not saying I won't have to make sacrifices.
It might take a little bit longer.
And it might take a little bit longer, yeah. But like, let's be honest. Let's say without the kid, I would have had $1 million at 30. And now with the kid, I'm not going to have $1 million until 37. Am I really going to complain, or am I still going to be happy when I get the $1 million?
It's $1 million regardless.
I'm still going to be happy when I get the money. let's you know what I'm saying? That's like if God came down now and told you, hey, you're going to be very poor, but at 30, you're going to have $1 million. Are you going to be upset that you're poor now, or are you going to be looking forward to when you get that $1 million?
Well, eventually it's going to come.
Exactly. So you're just going to be like, oh, okay. You're not going to think about, damn, you're going to make me wait till 30. No, you're going to be like, yo, can't wait till 30 because I won't be broke no more. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I think about it.
That's how you think about it.
Yeah. Listen, if you want something, I believe this ideology wholeheartedly. If you want something, you'll do it. If you want something, you'll make time for it. If you want something, you will figure it out.
You know, it reminds me a little bit of this thing that the girls are saying online to like essentially reinforce the ladies don't take bad behavior from men. It's like if he wanted to, he would. Have you ever heard that? If he wanted to, he would. Mm-mm. It's like the same thing. You're kind of saying. Essentially, the gist of it is like a man will do the things he wants for a woman that he really likes. So if he's not doing those things for you, he probably doesn't like you. So it's the same. It's the same concept. Yeah, it's the same concept. Yeah.
That might not be wrong. But then I also think the question is, are you worth it? He might not be doing. Are you worth it? Are you even worth him doing these things?
Ask yourself that, ladies. Are you worth it?
Are you worth it?
Are you worth it? Are you worth it? Are you worth it?
Are you worth it?
You should name that the episode.
Yeah, that's about to be the name of the podcast.
Are you worth it?
Are you worth it? People ain't gonna understand that. They're not gonna. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. The whole podcast is gonna have nothing to do with that, but it's fine. It's cool. It's cool.
That's a good one, Tyler. That's a good one. All right, how long have we been going out for?
We pushing it out.
Yeah.
We can
call it here.
So Trey, do you have any advice you wanna give to the people?
If you are in a relationship and your significant other asks for an open relationship, that is suspicious and a red flag. That's my advice. You should look into that.
All right, I like that.
Yeah. PSA for the people.
Facts. What I'll say is, try to kind of adopt the ideology of just if you really want something, you'll go after it.
If he wanted to, he would. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I guess if he wanted to, he would. But also at the same time, are you worth it? Are you even worth the fucking effort?
Are you worth it?
Are you worth it? That's my advice. Are you worth it?
Half of you aren't. I'm gonna be honest. That's my opinion, though.
Half of you aren't. Damn, that was harsh. That was harsh. But I understand where that comes from, though. But yeah, if you really want something, go after it. I feel like I've said that before, but like
on the show.
Yeah, I have a feeling.
Yeah, probably. We've done how many ever episodes now, Tyler? Definitely. I've given repeat advice before. Trust me.
Yeah, well, that's gonna be my advice. If you really want something, whether it's a job, building your own business, a relationship, go for it. You essentially just gotta make it happen.
Dedication, man.
Yeah, you don't let anything stop you.
Consistency.
You know, even if a hurdle comes up and
persistence.
Yeah, you gotta just keep it pushing. You gotta figure it out. If you really want it, you'll figure it out. But thank y'all for watching. We appreciate you guys listening,
especially making it to the end.
Yeah, facts. Especially if you made it to the end. Much love, for real. You can find us on Instagram at NOA_podcast. You can also find us on YouTube at NOA Podcast. We're the first thing that pops up. We're also available on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. Check out the vlog page. That's going to be NOA Adventures. New vlogs have been coming out. Shorts have been coming out. So give that a look. Yeah, and thank y'all for listening. We really appreciate y'all. Y'all take care.
Have a good one.